Do you think letting your beloved dog curl up next to you every night only brings warmth and affection? I know exactly how comforting that feeling is, having that warm breath beside you, sometimes a cold nose gently nudging your hand in the middle of the night, reminding you you're never really alone. But there's something most dog owners never notice. That cozy bed, along with this seemingly harmless habit, could come at a cost for both you and your dog, if you don't know a few important truths. Have you ever woken up with an aching back and no idea why? Ever wondered why your sleep never feels truly restful, even though your dog seems perfectly well behaved, just curled up at your feet? Did you know that one small mistake when letting your dog sleep with you can turn your bed into a hideout for things you'll regret discovering later? Let me tell you everything, because once you know what I'm about to share, you'll understand how to keep those cozy moments with your dog safe and comforting for both of you. And if you love little yet valuable insights like this, don't hesitate to hit subscribe right now, because what's coming next will be even more practical and relatable. So let's uncover the secrets most dog owners overlook. The first thing you need to know is that not everyone should let their dog sleep with them, especially if you're living with health issues you tend to brush off. If you often have sinus infections, asthma, chronic allergies, or your immune system is weakened by stress or underlying conditions, letting your dog snuggle up against you all night could turn your bed into the perfect home for bacteria, parasites, and shedding fur. Many people think, "My dog's clean, I bathe him all the time, so what's the problem?" But in reality, it only takes a tiny scratch on your skin, or one night when your body is exhausted and your immune defenses drop, and bacteria, fungi, or parasites can quietly slip in without you noticing. Another thing to worry about is that not every dog sleeps as peacefully as you'd like to believe. Did you know that just one turn or scratch from your dog in the middle of the night can interrupt your sleep dozens of times, without you even realizing it? Research shows many dog owners think they sleep well, but in reality, their rest is disrupted over and over. Missing sleep once or twice isn't a big deal, but if your sleep is disturbed night after night without you noticing, your body never reaches all 4 stages of REM, the golden cycle when your brain repairs, memorizes, and cleans itself. You wake up thinking work stress is to blame, but few suspect that soft breathing or the quiet shifting of your dog might be silently draining your health. Then there are those mornings you wake up with a stiff back, tight shoulders, or a headache you can't explain. Many blame the pillow or mattress, but sometimes the real culprit is snoring right beside you. A small dog that shifts around and hogs space can throw off your sleeping posture without you noticing. And you know, just one night in a bad position is enough to stress your spine and shoulders, which over time can turn into chronic pain. But it doesn't stop there. If you have a toy breed or a tiny, fragile pup, you need to be extra careful. Many owners have cried after accidentally rolling over their tiny dog in deep sleep. You might not believe it, but this happens more often than you'd think. One simple toss or an arm resting lightly on a delicate chest, and by morning, all that's left is regret. Even if nothing that tragic happens, you'll soon get annoyed by fur and dirt clinging to your sheets and pillows. Imagine, you shower, feel clean, ready for a good night's sleep, but your dog brings in dirt from the yard, bacteria from its fur and paws, and curls up quietly next to you. 1 week, 2 weeks might be fine, but after a few months, that bed you thought of as your haven turns into a nest of fur and stubborn odors. And you know who's going to clean it all up, right? But don't worry, there are simple ways to keep your 4-legged friend close without sacrificing your health or sleep. Let me explain. Once your dog gets used to the warmth and comfort of your bed, It can easily turn into an invisible bond that ties you both down. Think about it. The one night you're too tired and shut the door, you'll hear scratching at the door, soft at first, then longer, like a midnight plea. Some dogs will whimper, howl softly, or bark loud enough to wake the neighborhood just to get back in bed like always. Once they're used to your scent, your breath, the familiar blankets mixed with your presence, the bed becomes shared territory in their mind. From there, training your dog to sleep alone can feel like a small emotional battle. You give in, and the habit sticks. You stand firm, but your heart aches, hearing those sad cries outside the door. This sweet habit can easily become a soft trap, forcing you to trade peaceful sleep for a few minutes of guilt. The more you love them, the harder it is to break, especially when you realize your dog's sleeping spot is never random. Some clingy pups curl right into the crook of your neck, like a fluffy pillow, wanting your warmth and heartbeat to feel safe. Some prefer the foot of the bed, gently resting their chin on your legs like a loyal guard. On cold nights, you might wake up to find a warm ball curled tightly under the blanket, breathing steadily like a sleeping child. Some owners have shared that when they're away for business trips, they check the home camera and see their dog lying in the exact empty spot on the bed, lifting its head to glance at the door, then sighing and waiting for someone to come home and fill that space again. Once you understand this, you see that a sleeping spot isn't just a place. It's a mirror of trust and love, the way this tiny being shows you its faith in you. But love shouldn't cost you your sleep. Instead of both of you getting restless on a crowded bed, you can give your dog its own bed, right next to yours. A soft cushion, an old blanket that still smells like you, placed beside your bed, so you only have to reach out a hand to touch them. That's enough for your dog to feel their pack is still there. Some people even build a small wooden frame bed on wheels, pull it next to their bed at night, and tuck it away in the morning. Your dog can still hear you breathe. You can still hear its soft snuffling, but your legs can stretch out, and your back can rest without worrying about being pushed aside. Many people thought, my dog sleeping with me is the only way to feel close. But just 1 week of sleeping side by side but separate made them realize, keeping the right distance is what keeps love lasting, without stress or resentment. And no dog bed stays clean if your dog isn't clean. Picture your dog running around the yard, rolling in the dirt, licking its paws, then jumping onto your clean white sheets. Sure, it's warm and comforting at night, but in the morning, you're left with fur everywhere and lingering smells in your pillowcase. That's why bathing, wiping paws, and brushing before bed isn't just for the dog. It's for you, too. Some owners spend a few minutes brushing their dog every night before sleep, a small gesture that relaxes the dog, calms the owner, and keeps the bed fresh and clean. Sometimes just putting a dedicated towel under your dog's sleeping spot can save you hours of laundry each week. Love always needs to go hand in hand with cleanliness. That's how you respect yourself and the loyal friend who trusts you with their warmth. So when someone asks, should I let my dog sleep in my bed? The real answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's whether you understand what it really means, what risks come with it, and whether you're prepared to make this love something that doesn't become a burden. A clean bed, a healthy dog, and an uninterrupted night's sleep. That's when the friendship between you and your dog truly stays warm and lasting, and you'll never have to regret those nights spent lying side by side. If what I've shared makes you rethink your bed, your habits, and that warm breath beside you every night, then I believe you're an owner who loves with real understanding. Don't forget to hit subscribe so I can keep sharing more stories that help you and your dog sleep soundly and happily, tonight and for many nights to come.